Thank you for appearing so quickly on short notice. I think it's really important that you're here because of the way you laid out the case on Tuesday. There is a perception that you felt one way and then came to another conclusion. I, like many of my colleagues, put a post up back in my district and let them know you were coming, and in less than 24 hours I had 750 questions sent to ask you. So again, thank you for being here. But a common theme, just to summarize a lot of those concerns, were that in this case, Clinton was above the law, that there was a double standard, and a lot of that was based on the way you presented your findings. Now, your team, you said you did not personally interview her on Saturday, but your team did for about 3.5 hours, correct?
Yes. Okay.
Do you know, in reading the review or the summary, did they ask Hillary Clinton about her comment that she had never sent or received classified information over private email?
I think so, but I can't remember specifically.
Okay.
It's a very long 302.
Okay.
I'd have to check.
And we'll get access to that. Do you know if they asked her when she said that there was nothing marked classified on my email sent or received?
Same answer. I'm not sure.
And so the same answer then when she said, I did not email any classified material to anyone on my email, there is no classified material. You don't know whether they asked her that?
I don't know whether they asked her that question. The entire interview was focused on, so what did you know, what did you see, what is this document, that kind of thing.
Do you know if they asked her whether she stands by the fact that she said she just used one device and that was for her convenience?
I don't know. I know they established from talking to her she used many devices during her 4 years, so I don't know whether they asked her specifically about that statement.
Okay, I guess
that's easy to check, though.
I guess my point is you're trying to get inside the head of Hillary Clinton in this investigation to know whether there was intent. And so we all know what she told the people. That's been well documented. She said that she did not do those things, that she did not send or receive classified emails, that she used one server and one device for her convenience. And since then, I think even in your statement, you recognize that those were not correct. Is that fair?
I really don't want to get in the business of trying to parse and judge her public statements, and so I think I've tried to avoid doing that sitting here.
Why do you feel that's important?
Because what matters to me is what did she say to the FBI? That's obviously first and foremost for us.
Right.
Our
and
evaluation,
honest people don't need to lie, is that right?
Honest people don't need to lie? I hope not.
Okay. Well, in this case, for some reason, she felt the need to misrepresent what she had done with this server all throughout the investigation. And you guys, after a year, brought her in on Saturday, and in 3.5 hours came out with the conclusion that she shouldn't be prosecuted because there was no intent. Is that right?
No.
Okay, so I don't want to put words in your mouth, but is it fair to say that your interpretation of Hillary Clinton's handling of top secret information, classified documents, was extremely careless?
Yes.
And is it fair to say that you said that you went on to define extremely careless, that Hillary Clinton's handling of top secret information was sloppy or represents sloppiness?
Yeah, that's another way of trying to express the same concept.
And then just a few minutes ago, you also stated that you now believe that Hillary Clinton is not nearly as sophisticated as people thought. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think that's fair, actually. No, not as people thought, but as people would assume about somebody with that background.
Okay, so
I'm sorry, I should be clear about this. Technically sophisticated. I'm not opining on other kinds of sophistication.
All right. In the last minute, Director, I want to talk a little bit about precedent, because I think my colleague Trey Gowdy made a great point that there still is really no precedence in terms of punishment for this type of behavior. Are you familiar with Brian Nishimura's case?
Yes.
Okay, he's a naval reservist, for those who don't know, and he was prosecuted. What is the difference between his case and Hillary Clinton's case in terms of extremely carelessness and gross negligence? Because we're dealing with Statute 793, Section F, where it does not require intent. Is that correct?
No, I'm sorry, 793F is the gross negligence standard. That's
Right,
1917.
right. And is that why Brian Nishimura was punished?
No, Nishimura was prosecuted under the misdemeanor statute 1924 on facts that are very different. If you want me to go through them, I'll go through them, but very different than...
Okay, I think that there's been a review of this case, and they're very similar, and that's why people feel that there's a double standard.
And what they're reading in the media is not a complete accounting of the facts in that case.
Well, would you agree then with Representative Gowdy that there still is really no precedence for punishing someone like Hillary Clinton, and she could really go in, potentially be elected president and do this again without fear of being punished?
I don't think I'm qualified to answer that question.
All right, my time's expired. Thank you for your time.
Thank the gentleman.